Hey everybody, it's Beth. Welcome to Infinite Garden. Lately, if you're like me, I've been feeling this kind of like shift in energy around me, among my close friends and family, and also out on YouTube, where people are kind of fed up of shopping so much. I think there was something about this holiday season that cracked open awareness for a lot of people, including myself. There was something about the combination of the rise in Omicron and the length of the pandemic and the push to have to buy things for the holidays and the crazy sales that were happening. Anybody else notice this? It felt like a crazy year, and there was something about the system of unconscious acquisition in me. I became aware of it during this holiday season, and I entered 2022 with just a general sense that I'm like, you know what? I want to buy a lot less this year. There is nothing that I need in a couple of these categories. Like nothing I need, and what I really need to do is enjoy what I've got. Like really enjoy what it is that I have and not acquire anymore. So I started going down the rabbit hole of no buy years. I have been watching videos from a creator named Hannah Louise Poston who did a no buy year in the year 2018, and she cataloged her entire YouTube channel was about her no buy year, and she's a brilliant woman, and she was able to articulate and I think share some not universal, but like widely held sort of beliefs about ourselves and about what shopping can do to cure what's wrong with us. Just really meaningful work. So if you're interested in this topic at all, I'll put a link down to her channel. Hannah Louise Poston is doing very, very good work in the world, and I think her channel deserves to be in like as big as it can get. So I've been watching her videos, and then I've noticed a couple of people who I subscribe to seem to be in the same headspace. Kath Nail the Day had a video a couple weeks ago, maybe now, about Project Pan, where she wanted to do a more intentional job of using the perfume in her collection. That was like kind of, she was running out of and use it all up, and I thought that was really great. I enjoyed her video very much. And then also Cherie, who's a perfume reviewer that I really like from Australia. Her channel, The Top Note, she just came out with a video a couple days ago saying that she was wanting to reevaluate her relationship with buying things. And then hours ago today, like on this very day, she posted a video about wanting to do a no buy year because the previous year she'd been trying to do a low buy year where she just didn't buy as much. And she found that wasn't successful in getting her to the outcome that she wanted, which was to be less addicted to shopping. So she just announced that she's going to do a no buy year, and I was planning to make this video for like a little while. This is kind of cool. So I am making a commitment to myself to do a no buy 6 months. In one of Hannah Louise Poston's videos, she talks about how she thinks the 6-month mark seemed to be the point where she really knew her brain had rewired. A no buy month 1, month 2, month 3 might not be enough time to like change some cognitive pathways where dopamine goes, because part of what the deal is with shopping is that it's like a little hit of dopamine. And so there's a period, if you're changing your behaviors and like how you get dopamine, it can wreak havoc on your brain. And that she felt like the 6-month mark was where she really saw some like permanent changes kind of set in that she didn't ever go back to. And I thought that sounds great. I also felt like the 6-month mark was a really significant moment in my gray hair transition, my silver hair transition, because I went from feeling one way about my gray hair because it was always something I was trying to hide and that I was ashamed of. But after 6 months of no longer hiding it and just sort of letting it be and taking good care of it, I had enough where I could start to see what my pattern would look like, and I could see maybe how it was going to suit me. But also in my mind, something changed where I went from, feeling bad about it to actually being really, really proud of it and looking forward to like when it would finally grow out and like feeling just really differently. So I think the 6-month mark, there is some sort of like magic or something to it where that seems to be a point of time where if you do something differently for long enough, it starts to like push you over onto the other side to lasting change. For the next 6 months, I am going to stop myself from buying anything new in the following categories. So no new perfume. There's absolutely no need. Number 2, no new color makeup. I have a really beautiful collection of beautiful color makeup. I simply couldn't possibly need anything between now and when 6 months is over. So absolutely not on either of those. So number 3 is where I can buy replacements. This is in my skincare. And then number 4, hair care. They're kind of in the same category. I need products to care for my skin and for my hair, but I also have lots of nice things that I've already paid for and I need to run through them. I can't acquire anything new in those categories when I have something very good and super useful sitting on my shelf. So in those cases, I'll be allowed to purchase replacements when I'm completely out of something, but I can't buy something new if I have something like it in that same category. So for instance, if I run out of hair oil, but I have another hair oil on the shelf, I need to run through all of my hair oil before I spend any more on hair oil. So that's a lot of detail, but I think it's important because I will be repurchasing some things on here, but I honestly have been like looking through my stock, the way I stacked up, backups and everything. I don't know that I'm going to have to buy anything for 6 months. So I'm keeping track of all of this. I'm going to be reporting back on what I found, but I started like a Google spreadsheet with 4 tabs to kind of track myself during this time. So the things I want to track are what I'm using. I have one tab where I'm going to every day, or like I'm going to try it every day. We'll see how I do for 6 months. But I want to log what I'm using. What makeup did I reach for? What clothes did I wear? What perfume did I wear? I want to see what I'm actually using and kind of get a sense of what I seem to go to. What are my favorite things? I'm going to keep track of what I actually buy. So for instance, if I do have to replace something, I'm going to keep track of what that is. And I'm also going to keep track on a 3rd tab of what I wanted to buy. So if something comes up that I can see, if I'm still following a brand on Instagram, or I hear about something and like I get that kind of like spark that I want to buy something, I'm going to try to keep track of that on that sheet too. I think I'll know in my heart the stuff that I might have decided to go ahead and purchase. The best example of this right now, and the very first entry I've put in this spreadsheet, is Glossier's new, they just launched the solid perfume. They had a solid perfume, it went away, it went extinct, everybody mourned it, and now they've reissued it in their scent Glossier U. I have Glossier U in spray form, and I just think I might have actually wanted to purchase this particular product. I might have gotten swept up on the hype of it, but the reality is that I don't wear the spray version of U that often, so why would I want a solid version? Anyway, that's the type of thing I'm going to be keeping track of and reporting back to you regularly. So what I plan to do is share with you some of my empties every month just to see what I used up, including samples. I'm going to just try to move through these things and talk through those. So I'll be doing that. And I will also be doing some like get ready with me videos where we just play with makeup. My collection's really good, and I feel like I want to share it more, even if it's not necessarily the latest, newest thing. And I'm going to declutter some things. Right after this, I'm going to do a video where I declutter my day-to-day makeup because I was starting to feel overwhelmed by how much I had in front of me every day. And now I want to touch briefly on why I think this is a good thing for me to do. So I will get into these topics even more deeply in future videos to come. So I just want to touch on these kind of lightly. So the main reasons I think this will be good for me is because I think that my impulse to shop and kind of my shopping habits could be improved. I feel like they're a little unconscious and a little automatic and somehow tied to like, the little rat hitting the pellet for dopamine hit. I just feel like I don't think that's good, and I think that's something that a lot of people can sometimes feel with shopping, and I don't really want to feel that at all. So I have a desire to break that relationship. I know that my shopping is currently not out of hand, but I have noticed, I think, an unhealthy sort of like shopping as entertainment habit forming that I don't really think I need. It's not a habit that I really want to have in control of me. I'd like to get in control of it. So that's like the number 1 reason. Number 2, I want to change my habits, so I use my spending budget differently. So here's what I mean. I have had a lot of luck in my adult life with budgeting in kind of like concrete ways. It's something that makes sense to me and gives me some discipline that I can work within. There's something about a budget where I feel like I've already done the numbers and said that this amount is an appropriate amount. So anything that's in here, we've already decided is appropriate. So some of the guilt that comes from spending, which I think a lot of people have, I can assuage it by saying like, it's in the pool of money that we said was for this, so go ahead. That's true, and I don't necessarily want to change that relationship, but I feel like I've been like nickel-diming it away with these smaller purchases because I want that pellet hit, more often. And I think there are things, my budget could include some higher ticket items that I also would like, but that I don't get because it's like more than my budget can allow because I've wasted my budget on a bunch of dumb stuff. And 3, I would like the content on my YouTube channel to align with my values. I can't be the only one, but it feels often like YouTube is just one giant ad, and I don't like that, and I don't want my channel to be that. So I also feel like this is something that is healthy for my channel and for my audience, and I want to share with you kind of how this no-buy goes. I'm going to be shopping my closet. I'm going to be shopping my perfume collection and my makeup collection, and I'm going to be enjoying all the wonderful things that I have. So real quick, when I was setting up when I thought I would do this, I realized that I have a big wedding to go to in July where a close family member is getting married, and I'm going to have to wear something that'll be in photos for sure, like photos forever. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to write this in where I can buy a dress for this wedding. And I was gonna let myself off the hook. And then you know what happened, you guys? I remembered I'm that kind of person who will buy a sequined evening gown with no particular event in mind. I'm the kind of person who will buy a special occasion dress with no occasion lined up and put it in the closet because I'll need it when the moment comes. I'm that person 100%, but I'm also, unfortunately, the person who's like, ooh, big event, I need something new. You cannot be both people, you know? I feel like I am both people, but I need to pick. Anyway, the point is, I shop my own closet. I actually went into my closet and I went through my evening dresses and I realized I have the perfect dress. It's the perfect dress. This wedding is going to be kind of like an evening sort of festive, like evening urban sort of thing. So sequins are in for sure, not too much for sequins. And it's also going to be like in the dead smack of summer. It's going to be humid and hot. And I actually happen to have the perfect dress for this hanging in my closet. It's been in my closet for a long time. I even have the perfect shoes to go with this dress already in my closet, and I have cute evening bags. I literally don't need to buy anything for this wedding at all. I literally have my complete outfit figured out. And when I realized that I had my own stuff, I thought, you know, clothing I need to examine too. I have for the most part not had a huge problem with clothing spending. I will talk at length about my clothing spending down the road, but I have never been an overconsumer of clothes, but I have been like a nearly continuous shopper, like shopping and hunting for like that type of thing as entertainment forever. And I feel like that is something that I could also break because I'd like that time back. The time I spend scrolling, looking things up, kind of trying to figure out if I like a brand, all of that stuff. I think it'd be nice to shut that off for 6 months and not think about or waste time scrolling thinking about clothes. I have great clothes. They're all in my closet. They are not going to wear out in 6 months. They're going to be good in 6 months. I don't need to buy anything, but what I do need to do is reacquaint myself with what's in my closet and really use it. I bought these things to wear and I'm going to wear them. So I will also be shopping my closet and I'll be talking about that too. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope you will join me. This won't be the only thing that I make content about during the next 6 months, but it will have room on my channel. So do expect to see more about this as we go, and I really do hope you join me. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well and I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. Thanks for watching.